fabulous football team. We had our difficulties shaking some people off in man-to-man coverage. 4 turnovers in the first half, giving them great field position and putting our defense in a bad situation. Came back and played a better second half of football, but when you're playing a team like this, you got to score touchdowns, not kick field goals, if you're going to beat a team that's ranked in the top 10. Questions?
What do you think stood out, obviously, a tale of 2 halves from first and second half?
Well, the biggest thing is I'm not sure I don't think we had any turnovers in the second half. Can somebody help me? Okay, so when you're not turning the ball over, you're at least punting the ball and giving your defense a long field to work with if you're not having an opportunity to score touchdowns. So I think that was the biggest tale between the 2 halves.
What went into those turnovers?
It was a combination of things. Sometimes it was the wide receiver. Sometimes it was an offensive lineman. It really wasn't. Dungy really kind of it really wasn't Dungy. I mean, it looks like it's 4 interceptions on the quarterback, but there were a lot of other things that were going on. He was battling and he was making throws where we should have been able to make plays on the ball, and we weren't.
Other questions for Coach?
Coach, can you obviously talk about your field goal?
Run game is pretty good today. What would you attribute to that solid run game, but not the pass?
They were playing a lot of man-to-man. We had an opportunity to run the football. The field, both teams had to play on it. It was a little slippery. Our guys were slipping. I wish we'd have kept our feet on a couple of more runs. I thought we had more meat on the bone, so to speak, on some of those runs where our guys were slipping. But both teams played on the same field, and that wasn't the difference. You can't turn the ball over versus a team like this and then go down the red zone and kick field goals instead of scoring touchdowns. That's the biggest difference in the game. And they're a good football team. I mean, those guys they're coaching over there too. They got really outstanding athletes on that side of the ball as well.
For sure.
Obviously, can you address just how your defense kept you guys in it, and obviously the field goal play too?
Well, the defense played outstanding, and once again, there was no turnovers in the second half. We were giving them a long field. They were out there battling with them, and they were stopping a very, very explosive offense. You know, we might have won the game if we took our offense off the field and their defense off the field and just let their offense play our defense. We might have won. Unfortunately, you can't play the game that way. It takes an entire football team.
Stephen?
What did you see from Steve Ishmael not facing man coverage and not being able to be productive? How much of that was him and how much of that was?
I don't look at that at all. I think Ish got hurt, and it was a legitimate injury, and that's a legitimate injury. And for him to be able to come back and play with an injury like that is admirable. I mean, I'm really proud of him. But he's not the only guy on our football team. We got a lot of wide receivers. We got a lot of running backs, and you can't always be the Ishmael show. There's a lot of room for some other guys to make plays out there, and we need some other guys to step up.
Other questions for Coach?
Coach, you guys had one fumble early on there that you were able to cover your interception there, but kind of throughout the rest of the game, obviously, when you turn the ball over the passing game, not able to get some more turnovers for your own benefit. So what I guess does it take for you guys to be able to be in the right positions to maybe get the ball back to you?
Well, your question, I couldn't quite hear you. I'm sorry. Can you give me just the cliff notes of it?
Yeah. Just obviously when you have the 4 turnovers you guys have in the passing game, how important is it to be able to try to get some turnovers defensively yourself to even out that?
It would be great, but it would be great for them to get some turnovers. But it'd be really great if we don't give them to the other team. I mean, look at this game with no turnovers from our side. And then I don't know what the score is going to be. We do not have to turn the ball over. That's not a rule. I'm not sure Miami turned the ball. Well, they did. Our quarterback took the ball away from their guy after he had an interception. That was probably their only turnover, wasn't it? Yeah. So another Mr. Dungy play. Fantastic play, by the way. I'm not sure I've ever seen that before. But, yeah, we have to make sure we don't turn the ball over, and we got to score touchdowns in the red zone. Comes back to the same thing.
Nate? So 4-4 going into November. November is
with our quarterback.
Yes, you'd like to say November is potentially the ones you remember.
The games you remember are the ones in November.
Like Dungy, for him to not have his best game, but continue to fight the way he did throughout the second half and the way your defenses, those seem to be the 2 constants for you guys fall. You feel like they will manifest themselves?
Well, I
in a way
think
that makes November much more.
I think your statement would have been truer if you'd have said Irv, Phillips, and Ish. I mean, when you talk about two guys as a combination as leading the country in receptions, they have been a constant force. Now they weren't like that in this game for a lot of reasons, but I think between Ish and Irv, Strickland getting 100 yards rushing for the very first time versus a very, very good defense, and our quarterback with the way our offensive line is gelling, and then you put that with the defense, and oh yeah, did you see the field goal kicker today? So there's a lot of positives. It's hard to swallow when you don't win. So we'll go back. It's break. We're 4-4. We got the toughest schedule in the country, and we're 4-4. And then guess what? We got 2 more on the road and 2 more at home in the Loud House. And I guarantee you, we're going to be ready to play those 4 games.
Matt?
Like you said there, last year at this time we were 4-4 as well. Lose the last 4. What could be the difference this year?
I think the biggest difference is our quarterback is still standing up. Last year we didn't have him. We went 4 games without him. This year we still got him. We're going into a break. Hopefully we'll get a lot of players back that are hurt. We haven't played with our starting defensive end since the first quarter at LSU. You know what I mean? There was some critical plays out there that could have been made, and our defense is playing great, and they still could have been made. And we're going to be – I guarantee you people aren't excited about playing us. The 4 teams that are left, they're not saying, oh, goody, here comes Syracuse. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. I got to stay. I got to calm down.
Time for 2 more questions.
Coach, you talked about your quarterback still standing. How much do you feel like the offense can pull from him? Run out of the pocket, obviously not be afraid to take some hits and fuel the rest of the guys.
The energy we get from him is the way he competes. I mean, don't you get energy from the way he competes? I mean, when you're watching him, you're going, OMG. He's fearless. He's reckless. And we love him.
Final question for Coach. Matt?
You mentioned Cole Murphy. Have you been able to chat with him at all at halftime or after the game about how you've seen something like that before?
Cole Murphy.
Yes, sir.
I ain't never seen nothing like that before. You were outstanding out there today. Yes, I have, Matthew.
Thanks very much, Coach.
Thank you, guys.